this, but I want it that way. Whoa. Look at this. Okay. Well, and then I got that. Maybe here? Okay. What is this? Okay. Alright, let me... Where did I write the shit down that I just wrote down? Where did... Oh. Alright. Alright. I want... What do I want? I want... How do I want to do this? How do I want... Yeah, I had some technical difficulties. How do I want to do this? How do I want... Hey, Eminem. I don't know right now. I'd have to check my booksy, and that's on this phone, so I can't check it right now. Mexican Mystic is Eminem. Let's see. I want the female to be dominating, and I want the guy to do what she says. So I'm going to put all on her and then just tie it to him. Yeah. I'm going to put it all on her and then tie it over to him. So I don't need these. This is just going to represent him. Okay. All right. Let me go get my stuff. Move, dog. Move. Move again. Thank you. Let's see. Devil's Claw. Let me see. Devil's Claw. And Callus. I'm supposed to find Callus in all this. Oh my God, they're so tiny. Callus root. And Barberry. I think I'm out. Oh, how could I be out of that? Hold on. Let me see. Got Woodbedney, Annie, Gianna, Kudzu, Cinnamon, Small Palmetto, Shepherd's Purse. Shit. Okay, so I won't be using that. Alright, so I need Hydron. Use Hydron instead. And Root. Bark, hair, olive leaf. Okay. Okay, so I get some Rue, some Devil's Claw, and some High John, and some Calamity. Okay. think I need to smash those up smaller. Do I need it to be big and chunky? I don't know. All right. Rue. You got a good job? She have a stable job? I caught that part. See, no, see, no. Yes, excellent. Do I need to grind? Will this grind? I don't know. Let's find out. Ow. No. Devil's claw. What? I don't need that in there. Get out of there. Okay. Throw that out. Throw that out. All right. Got some devil's claw in there. In the grinder machine. Well, in the pep. Whatever. The damn bowl grinding thing. Some calamus around. Oh, man, Mystic, I wonder what's going to come up. Maybe you're going to get a report card from that god. Alright, let me smash these. I don't know if these will smash. Alright, hold on for the camera. Smash, you motherfuckers, smash! Close your ears. Just a little bit smaller. I know, chicken, but I had to make it smaller. There went a shadow something in my room. Okay. That's better. Oh my god. Alright, so that's our calamus and our devil's claw. Then I gotta get some. Hey, Chantal. Gotta get some. Gotta get some. That'll work. Hi, John. See my dust. It's my High John dust. Good thing High John's powerful. It would take me 8 hours if I needed a bunch of it. Well, not really. I could just throw it into that mega mixer fillet bot that will grind up granite. Okay. Hi, John. Alrighty. Come on. These little root bits are a little bit longer than I'd like. That's what you get when you get organic. It'll be alright. Get off me. Get your ass in there. Yeah, I saw it though. I just clear out a circle. Doing all that's extra. I've been doing this shit so long, I'll be trying to skip steps. As many steps that don't affect the spell. All right. Chicken. Are you a good chicken? Yeah. Okay. I gotta get my nails done tomorrow. Thank goodness. I look like a hobo. That is a weird ass smell in here. I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Ooh, I can taste it. What is that? Who is that? Okay. Which one am I doing? Oh, this one. Okay. What is that? All right, let me carve this name where y'all can't see. It's a long name. She said, let me get the longest name and last name possible. Oh, only buy what you need. Don't just buy to buy. You might not need anything. Let's get our birth date. 11, 8, 89. Okay. If y'all see any details, no, you didn't. So, this person wanted a domination spell over their ex because they're having to share custody of the dogs. She didn't want to share custody anymore. So she got a cord cutting spell. So I had to contact her and let her know that that could kill her dogs. Now I was okay with that. I had to make sure she was okay with that. And she was like, no. She was like, no, I don't want any harm to come to the dogs. And I was like, well, then we're going to have to got to change this up. So we changed it into a domination spell to make her seem very valuable. Yeah, I don't get it either, Lilith. And to make him want to just give the dogs over. I was like, that's a completely different spell. Oh, yeah, I'll take out pets. It don't matter. I'll make children sick. I won't take children out, but I'll make them sick. But I was like, because if my manipulation doesn't work on his mind, then the next step that, the spell work's going to do is to kill the pets, because there's no pets to have a custody battle over if you don't have any. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. And I was like, yeah. I was like, so, we need to reevaluate our situation. So we had to change that spell up. Yeah, it is read the fine print. That's all right. Because my magic, if he's a narcissist type, so if I couldn't manipulate him to just give up the dogs, then the next step is, well, if there's no dogs, there's no reason to interact anymore. Got to remember, my magic follows my logic. So we changed it over. Why are you focusing on my hand? Don't be focusing. Hey, don't be focusing on my hand. Thanks. Because that's how crazy I am. Like, if my ex wanted to keep my dogs, I'd be like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? What if you ain't got no dogs to keep? That's how crazy I can get. So, sometimes I gotta specify. I'm not saying that's the correct mode, but my hatred will override everything else. Hey, you like those dogs now? Yeah, oh yeah, my hatred overrides anything. I'd be like, how do you like those dogs now? Huh? Okay, well, you had them, so now you pay for the funerals. Or whatever you do with dead animals. Whatever fancy people do with dead animals. Right? Right? Because I'm crazy like that. So, since my magic follows the way my logic is, I got to call people sometimes and be like, look. Be like, look. Yeah, when some people do cord cuttings, they're like, I want this person out of my life. And I'm like, how out of your life? And they're like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to leave it open-ended. So he might just forget about you, or, he might fall off the planet. Like, you didn't specify. And that has happened. And I was like, well, I would consider that a job well done. You should tip me. They weren't happy about that. I was like, great. They were like, that's not great. And I'm like, well, too bad. What are you going to do? Tell the police I killed him with witchcraft? Okay, let me see how that works out for you. This ain't 1310. Although the way things are going, probably could. Hey, how about everything just fall off the fucking candle? Yes, officer, I from South Carolina magically made that person wreck their car. That was me. Let me know how that works out for you in court. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court. That's why court's a joke. Hello, Mage. Yeah, I'll just leave it open-ended, man. Be like, what? It is what it is. That's not a common outcome, mind you. But I was like, well, I mean, they're out of your life. Domination, you got to remember in physical witchcraft, domination magic is absolutely no different than any other craft. It's not a separate magic. You just get the ingredients that correlate with characteristics that have you dominate. And boom, that's it. That is really, that's it. That's why I tell y'all it's the easiest craft to learn. You don't need anything else. It's not separate from anything else. So, for example, the ingredients I'm using is, I would use barberry if I had it, but I didn't. Would be barberry, which frees you from control of another, and John, which elevates your status in the eyes of the person that's causing you a problem. And then I use devil's claw, rue, and calamus, all of which will make the guy feel like they can't do anything else until they give the dogs over. It's a type of controlling herbs, which will be in my book, which is releasing at the end of January. But there is no separate magic. There's not domination magic. There's not baneful magic. There's nothing. None of that is separate within physical witchcraft. You just find the herb that does it. You put it together, and boom, that's what you got, a domination spell. You just have to think of what it takes to dominate. And find the correct herb or ingredient that correlates to that. It's that easy. And there's no pre-order because it's self-published from Amazon. A lot of the things, you can use obsession, but you want to use it in with controlling ingredients because you don't want the obsession to turn towards the woman, for instance. Right? So if you're going to use obsession ingredients, you need to put it in there with the coercion controlling ingredients. Don't just use obsession, because then he might get obsessed with keeping with the dogs. He might get obsessed with the woman instead of giving her the dogs and forgetting about her. You have to be really careful when it comes to stuff like that. If you were to use obsession ingredients alone, it could be bad. Which is why I don't have any obsession ingredients in here. If you don't skip on this mother freaking candle, I'm gonna chimney chonker your face. A fork. I scour my candles with a fork. The desk fork. That's what we call it. It's a shitty little fork. But I mean, you can get a pretty fork. Mine's just a random fork I got from my drawer, and then I just kept it year after year. My kitty is cuter than your kitty. You know, that could be interpreted in so many different ways, Mage. There's an herb for that, Karma. Yep. Yep. Couple, actually. There is an herb or an ingredient for everything. Right, Sunflower Lady? Like, I don't think we've seen each other's kitties, so I'm not sure about feel about that. Right? I bet. They're probably like, what do you mean? Like, bitch, ain't the same thing. Not the same. I don't like it when people go, that's just Mexican witchcraft. No. They got all kinds of complicated things. Depends on what area you live in. Who taught it to you? There may be spirits. There may not be. It's a whole different ballgame. Bitch, stay. Bitch, pudding. Well, clearly, I'm going to have to hold you there. For love spells. Yeah. People are like, what are you doing? Brujeria, shut up. Brujeria, shut up. I don't know the proper way to talk to you about partying. Well, I will find a way, because I got to catch up with you during the readings week, and we can talk then. Return to sender. What? Return BTO sender is better in black. What? What's BTO? Oh, yeah. El Diablo. Be like, well, some of it, but, you know. I don't know what BTO means. I know what BTS means, but I don't know what BTO means. Return to sender in black. I mean, technically, it could be whatever you want it to be. You can use whatever candle you want to use, quite frankly. Color only adds, it doesn't take away. People always think I'm out here hexing and shit. I rarely waste my time on return to sender or hexing. It's very, very rare. I'll put jump spells on so you F yourself up. That I'll do. Like on my page. Well, now on my page. But, man, that's too much energy. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because I do this professionally. I don't have time for all that shit. I swear I don't. I will do a return to sender if it's really obvious in an egg reading. Not Olympia. An egg reading. I can do a return to sender from that. No, I'm not saying you don't. I'm not doubting to do it in black. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be black. Because in a lot of places, black is the benevolent because it absorbs stuff. You know what I mean? It doesn't, use the color to absorb, like charcoal, because it's the absence of light, so it would absorb stuff. So when you get right down to it, you don't have to use black, is what I'm saying. What's the next class on? I'm stuck on that. I have to do some divination. I'm probably going to do some divination here since y'all are here. Because I got to ask my people some questions. One of them is what the next class is on, because I'm stuck between two. And the other one is I need to know what all this shit is inside my house. That happened after the not eclipse, the full moon. I got to ask some questions. After I finish this spell, I'll probably do some divination for myself. And before I start the next spell. I gotta be asking all these questions because I'd be confused as fuck. Hi, Mackenzie. Oh. Hi, Mackenzie. Alright, this needs a second coat since it's traveling. No, I don't advertise readings. And I'll never message you and be like, give me some money. Hey, Mona. Or, hi, sweetie. Oh, Spirit told me to reach out to you. No, I will not. Not potatoes and nachos. French fries and nachos. Was that French fries? Bye, Mackenzie. All right, let me give this a second coat. Since it's going far away. So what did you say is better than Return to Zen? Oh, no, no, no. I didn't say anything was better. I just said because I do this professionally and I'm so effing busy, I just make my wards and defenses really high so that they just kind of bounce off. Or if it's really bad and I catch it in an egg reading, I can do a return to sender. But that's all I said. And I was just saying sometimes black is used for benevolent work. I didn't say anything. I'm sure your shit does exactly what you want it to, so I didn't want you to take it the wrong way. I just usually don't bother with it. It's very rare that something comes through. Like the last time when those people got together in groups, they kicked my ass. That was a couple of about 3 groups over several days. But now, I mean, it won't happen again because I found out where the problem was and all that stuff. The best way to explain that is they came through like termites. So I didn't recognize it as something bad because it looked like a termite. You know what I mean? It was a Trojan horse type of thing that they did. And they used several little Trojan horses instead of one big Trojan horse. And we didn't catch it. We didn't catch it. Very smart on their part. Yes, my Bob Ross, his painting comes up when you have hot coffee in it. Very smart, innovative way to get through all my stuff. You know, you have one termite, you don't think it's going to eat through something. And if you just see one termite every couple of days, you don't think there's a problem. So it's very thought out, well placed type of work. And I didn't send anything back because the big guy told me not to. And I was like, well, all right. So I don't know how that's being handled, but I was just told not to do anything. Where you been? I got my ass kicked. It's on Proof of Witchcraft. TikTok. It's one of the pinned videos. Got my ass beat. It took about 3 groups over several days, though. So they put a lot of effort into it. But you know what? It showed me where my weaknesses were. So I won't be falling for that again. What y'all talking about? Kitchens and eating. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But I made a video because, I mean, I tell people all the time, you know, there's always somebody bigger or stronger or smarter than you. You know? So I'm not going to hide what happened. I'll let everybody know. They got me. They won't get me again. And they didn't get me permanently, though that was their goal. They did get through. And there's no better lesson than to tell your students what happened to you. So I went and told it on the mountain. Traditional potluck on traditional earth. That's what that translated to in English, if you directly translated it. We're going to have a potluck on traditional earth. Somebody's going to have wine. That's how it directly translated, if you're not sure, if you're not positive of the lingo. Yeah, the direct translation was, we're going to have a potluck of traditional earth. And you see, that's why the Bible got translated so poorly. Because they're talking about native dishes, but when you translate it directly, it says a potluck of food from traditional earth. So that's a great example of how the Bible got fucked up. When you don't have Hebrew people translate it for you, you get problems. Okay. All right, so this part's done. So now I need to carve what's his shit in here. Okay. That's what it translates as directly, traditional earth. That was traditional something de terra. That's what it translates to. Oh, he born on Halloween. Okay, if you see details, then no, you didn't. All right, so now I'm gonna put that over here. Move this over there. Get me some string. Traditional earth potluck. That's what it sounds. That's why you can't trust Google Translate, because they will do it the same way. Google Translate translates directly, so it would be like potluck on traditional earth. It'd be like, what? All right, so this is sitting. This is gonna be even-ish. Okay. Needs to be even-ish. Mr. Fuckface. Mr. Fuckface, give the dogs up. Okay, is that about even? Yeah. I swear to God, I'd be choking to death today. Don't be giving me attitude. I want no attitude from you, stream. Just want you to stay there. That way that person doesn't move it further up the candle. They need to leave it right there. don't need to move it up with the candle. Okay. This is a domination woman who wants something from her ex, so he'll fork it over and then leave her alone. That's what this is. It's not always a cord cutting for me. If somebody's paired together, I'll tie them together. But the reason these are tied together is there's some herbs on here that need to have an effect on him, but they don't need to be on him directly. So that's why I did it this way. So, yeah. All right. Now, I need to put this, I need to do some divination for myself. I'm also not feeling too good today. I think I forgot to take my medicine this morning. That's what I think. All right. These need to go at the base of the purple candle. Purple. So his candle is, no, her candle. She's wanting to dominate and get something from him. Purple only adds. Color only adds. It does not take away. If you need to do a spell and you don't have the right candle colors, it does not matter. It will not take away from your spell. You use what you have. If you have purple, purple is the color of domination. That doesn't mean you have to use it that way. You slept in a what? Yeah, I used High John on her. You slept where? Where are you sleeping? Oh my God. What is wrong with me? I don't feel good. Okay. That's gonna go here. Boop. Boop. Domination. Oh, yeah. All right. So that, wait, no, that's this one. So this is gross. I sound like that lady they're making fun of on TikTok right now. All my burping and stuff. What's wrong with me? Well, at least I'm not. At least I tell y'all when I'm going to go piss. Uh-oh. 0 divided by 0 plus 10. What the fuck is going on here? Log me in, bitch. What'd y'all say? The fake socket? Yeah. I bought a big old root of it since I'm told I'm white and it would do. Somebody told you that High John root, you couldn't use it since you're white? Am I understanding that correctly? That that's what you were told? I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me answer this diplomatically. I'm not trying to get. I want to absolutely scream right now, but I'm not going to. Just hold on just a second, okay? The first of all, that is complete bullshit, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm not just going to say it. I'm going to tell you why, okay? Right, but look, it's one thing to tell you why, but I'm going to explain to you why. So that you understand. Because you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if I tell you, but to give you the proof, let me, just give me a minute. Let me pull it up on my computer. Okay, give me just a second. Okay. We're fixing to have a lesson on High John, y'all. Just in case this comes across anybody else's stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you all day long, but I'm going to prove it to you, so hold on. All right. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is that High John is the root of the Empomi jalapa, also known as Empomi purge, a species related to the morning glory and the sweet potato. This plant is known in some areas as bindweed or jalap root. Okay, so give me a second. Just stay with me for a minute. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you saw what species that I showed you. I can't remember her name. You saw what species that I showed you, right? Yes, okay. These are all the species in that family. And they are all over the globe, okay? They are not restricted to one continent, and they are not restricted to any race. Okay, so that first name, the Empoina, okay, that's every continent except Antarctica has a version. Okay? So that the reason I'm showing you is because people will just tell you, no, you can't use that. Okay, but St. John root, John the Conqueror is a part of a family. These even grow in areas where white people came from, right? So the only thing you have to say is, a species of this grows where I come from. So that's the end of that conversation. If you even want to have the conversation, right? Right, Marisol. So that's why I said I can just tell you it's open, but instead I'm going to show you why. Because a different species of High John root grows on every fucking continent. Yeah, Misty. Well, that's what I'm saying. It grows on every continent, even the one where white people come from. So High John root is, you remember I told you that's how you find out about a plant that you may not know the name of. So you find out the name of that specific plant, the scientific name, and then you plug in the first part of it, because that is its family, and it's going to pull up all the species. Look, it keeps going. Look, here's after. I keep going, keeps going, keeps going. All these can be used as High John root. It's all the same. They're all the same. It just depends on what continent you're in. So, for instance, I do believe in hoodoo, they hold on to the whole root, right? What I see is it's the methods a lot in these practices, right? So if you have High John, you hold on to the whole root in hoodoo. If I am mistaken, I'm sorry, but I'm almost positive that's something that you carry with you. Okay? And in traditional craft, you use it as any other ingredient, right? So it's in the family of morning glories and sweet potatoes. So we use it as any other ingredient in physical witchcraft. So the method that they use is hoodoo. They'll use the whole root. You carry it with you, or it's in one of their, I can't remember the correct name for the little bags that they carry with you. That is specific to hoodoo. They have a specific name for theirs. We all have sachet bags, but they have a specific, maybe it's Mojo. Is that them? Okay, yeah. So we don't use Mojo. I think we call them sachet bags, but they carry the whole root. In physical witchcraft, you use it just like any other. That's why you saw me grate it up. Exactly, Marisol. They also said I can't use a lodestone. Oh my God. Okay, we about to cover lodestones. Hold on, we about to cover lodestones too. So, yeah. So this is what I try to tell people. The method, like when I was talking to y'all about hot foot powder, that combination is not going to be recognized because there is nothing on the other side of physical witchcraft recognizing it. There's nothing recognizing it. So it's just going to be spicy protection powder. But for people in hoodoo, if you put that combination together, there are spirits on the other side that recognize that combination. Right? Well, hello, Janelle Titus from Nova Scotia. Okay, let's go over, let me do the same thing with lodestones. Hold on. We about to have a class. We did impromptu class. Geologic definition. This is gonna upset y'all. For those that say it was closed. Okay, let's pull this up. Oops, I didn't want to pull up that. Y'all, I don't know if everybody will be able to understand that. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up anyway because it's an article. Okay, so you said that people in hoodoo said you couldn't use lodestones? Oh no, I don't make a hoodoo jar. Is that what you said, that you couldn't use lodestones? Okay. All right, so my phone's going to shake because I'm holding it. So the lodestone is an extremely rare form of mineral magnetite that occurs naturally as a permanent magnet. Oh, God, I'll get to that too. Its magic property was known to many ancient cultures as a powerful lodestone has always commanded a high price. By 11th century AD, the Chinese had discovered that a freely suspended elongated lodestone would tend to set as a north-south utilize this property in a magnetic compass. Okay. This has been around before hoodoo ever existed. Okay. So the lodestone and the use of the lodestone's magic property existed thousands of years before hoodoo existed. Okay? Does that clear that up for you? Does that clear that up? Because hoodoo formed whenever we brought slaves over here. Okay? So the lodestone was around for thousands of years before hoodoo was ever created. They don't research anything, Mexican. They don't research anything. Well, I think that what they need to focus on is the methods in which they practice, because those are sacred, the methods in which they do their stuff. But it's, well, I am on YouTube, so it'll automatically live. It'll automatically load. The thing about, I can't pronounce his name. Your spirits right now. What's his name? Okay, so this is what I'm telling you is that I have heard from natives, as in indigenous natives that still speak that language, and I can't I don't know which language it is. Okay, I can't remember his name, Eminem, but if you walked down into, no, that's not the one. Well, I can't remember his name. What's his name? That's a qualification. Cocoa powder, apple magic. God, I can't. No, cocoa powder. I'm gonna stop you with cocoa powder. That's him. That. So what I learned from a documentary that I watched regarding, no, it's the one that he said. It's the Jaguar guy. From the people that still, oh my God, Jezebel root. Okay, we're gonna get to all this today. No, it's not Quetzalcoatl. It's the Tetzalcoatl guy. It's the Jaguar guy. If you right now, Mexican, was to walk down into those towns and you held up a picture of him and you say, this spirit called on me, they would take you straight to whatever temple does it, and not for a bad reason. Okay? Period. They would take you straight there and do a similar, they would bring you in, not anything in a bad way. We'll talk about Jezebel. That's the same thing with High John. It's the use of it. So I just want you to know that. The indigenous people, so the ones that live down in there, they've never crossed up with white folks or anything like that. And I can't remember their proper name. And I can't remember that they speak the original language, not Spanish. They will take you right into where they worship that thing, that God. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to share that information on TikTok because they crazy. But what I'm saying is know the truth about it. Look for what's anthropology articles on that God, anthropological articles on the culture that he was under. Go under anthropological. That's where you're going to find your answers, because that is when the nosy ass white folks went down there and asked these people and had a native person translate. So they got the correct answers. And they record it. But you have to look under anthropological. I could go down there with my white ass and tell them that same guy has appeared in my dreams and is calling to me, and they'll take me in there. So that's just the way that's just, go for the anthropological. Because the people that live outside of that space almost always have a different answer than the ones who actually practice it. Like, there's no Setzapaka cult walking around. That's not what that, does that make sense to you, Mystic? Damiana. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a picture. Let me write this down. So we're going to go through every damn one. Hold up. Let me get a piece of paper. We about to have school today. All right. Cocoa. Damiana, Adam and Eve, and Blue Anna. Adam and Eve and Blue. I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, oh, and Jezebel root. We're gonna start out with Jezebel root because some of the things that he listed, I want to get to because they are more hoodoo than we use in regular stuff. But let's talk about Jezebel root first of all, okay? Because that's got me fired up too. Let's go over to Jezebel root. We're gonna do the same thing. Hold on. Because first of all, Jezebel comes from fucking Christianity and Judaism. Let's put that out there first. let's put that out there first. Jezebel was in the Bible. Okay. Let me pull this up for you. Okay, are we ready about Jezebel root? All right. All right. So Jezebel root has to do with 5 species of indigenous iris to Louisiana. Okay? Primarily this one that you're looking at, Iris hexagona. Okay? So, number one, it's in Louisiana. And I don't know how many white people are in Louisiana. But what we have to go back and also look at is, because I use Jezebel root quite often. Okay. So, when you go... No, I need to... Hold on. Okay. So Jezebel comes from the Jewish text. It's Hebrew. It means Baal exalts. Baal is the husband to unchaste. The queen of Israel, wife of Ahab, daughter of Ethbal. Okay? And she was highly exalted. So Jezebel in physical witchcraft, Jezebel root, I don't even know what it's used for in hoodoo. But in physical witchcraft, it is used for like the domination candle I just did, my gold digger candle, to have for a female, to specifically for a, I don't know the right verbiage here. I'm sorry if I used the wrong words, for a biological female that's hetero or homo or whatever, to have sexual sway over a heterosexual man. Right? So they may allude like her sexuality, her sexiness, will persuade him to do whatever it is that they want to do. They want done. Does anybody know what it's used for in hoodoo? Because I have no idea. Is anybody? Does anybody know? A 360 worker oil. Seraphine. Money and wealth. What? It's so interesting, the different things. So it's kind of used the same way. Seraphina, I would try, because I am not trans. I would try it as if you were biologically female. I would. I would try one as if you were biologically female. And if that didn't work, then I would try the other one. But since I'm not trans, I'm unsure. So I say, if you're a trans woman, try it with the, as if you were, try all spells as if you were biological. You know what I mean? Try it. See if it works. If it does work, let me know. All right, so hold on. Let me go to the next one. Actually, this one's in my book. Let me go double check what I put in my book. Well, all of these are in my book, but what did I put down for that one so I don't have to look so far? Okay. Cocoa or cocoa, whatever, the nut that you get chocolate from. That is not closed. And that's, but the technique in which it is used is what's different. If I am, from what I know in Mexican, Central, and South Americans, it is an offering to the gods. If I remember that correctly. Can anybody, yeah, Keikoa, can anybody verify that for me? It's like a serious shit down there. Like Irish moss. What? Offerings. Oh, you know what, Sunflower Lady? I'm not even going to address honey. If anybody says honey is closed, I can no longer talk to you as a human being. But if I got my research right, Keikoa is big deal down there. I have a little bit of Keikoa chips that I bought from a native person, and I don't ever use it for offerings because I'm not trying to call on those people. In physical witchcraft, it's used for stress relief, calm, and well-being. Works on gay men, in my experience, if it helps anyone. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Absolutely throw that in there. That is awesome to know. Yeah. But back to the Jezebel root. The thing grows in Louisiana. So that alone takes it out of just hoodoo. Because there are plenty of regular old white witches that have been down there forever. So, with Keikoa, you don't want to use it as an offering. That's kind of like, I mean, I'm going to over-justify here, but that would kind of like being using, in my opinion, white sage up here. Okay, I ain't trying to call on nobody's Native American ancestors. I'm not trying to do that. And Keikoa has like the same effect. And I ain't trying to do that either. I ain't trying to do that. But I will use it for its physical witchcraft, which is stress relief, calm, and well-being. So that's what I'm saying when I say it's the way things are used that can be separate. Damiana, where did that even come from? They told you Damiana was closed hoodoo. God almighty. What is the scientific name? Damiana. Yeah, Christian people practice witchcraft all the time. All right, to Nero. Okay. All right, so we're moving on to Damiana. So this is the first thing that I want to show everyone.
So, southern Texas, Central America, Mexico, South America, and the Caribbean, and belongs to the family Passifloraceae. So now let's look at their specific species here is Turnera diffusa. Okay, so I mean it's mostly native to Texas, so they can't say anything, period. But let's look at species in the family. I can't type. Turnera. All right, let's see where all these grow. The plant list. Okay. Okay, are we ready? Is everyone ready? Everybody ready? Yeah. All right. Blah. These are all in different places. They all grow in different places. $217 all across the planet. 217. Okay. So, have we cleared up Damiana? We good on Damiana? See. Adam and Eve root. Okay, Adam and Eve root. Adam and Eve is rarely used together outside of hoodoo. Okay. The pairing. Adam. Let me see if I can find you a physical representation. Okay. All right. So here are the two. Here's the physical representation of Adam and Eve root. For obvious reasons. Used together, that is usually a hoodoo thing. But I don't know how to explain this. Hold on. Let me break it down like this. Pull the page up, dude. I'm trying to give accurate information. Okay. There's a discrepancy and I'm trying to find it. Okay, there we go. I knew I could find it. Okay, so where'd y'all go? Yeah. All right, so the round part of the Adam and Eve root is called putty root. And it was used, it was by the white people that came over, it was used to repair pottery by smashing it up. And for the Native Americans, it had a medicinal use. And the use of it paired with the other root to be Adam and Eve root, that came with the slaves that came over. It's not the apple part that we use in, it's not the putty part that we use. It's the other part that's used in, if you're going to use it in physical witchcraft. But there's like 50 other things you can use it for. So hold on just a second. I gotta find it. Get off me. Okay. All right, so I got it. Are we here? Are we here? Adam and Eve root. So the reason the I don't know if y'all know the difference between a bulb and a rhizome, okay? But this orchid makes both. I don't know what it went through to have to make both, but it makes both. Hey, Inner Mind Feels, a bulb and a rhizome, and they're usually next to each other. And so that's why it's used. Clearly, if you'd have pulled that up, I see where they got it from, Adam and Eve root. But what's important about it is that, hold on. It grows in eastern North America from Quebec to Georgia and west to Minnesota and Arkansas. So, I have other things for love, so I don't use it. But their method of carrying it is not what we use in physical witchcraft. So we would grind those up together and use as an ingredient in physical witchcraft. But we don't do the carrying around thing, which is usually what you do. The guy carries one, the girl carries the other, or there's 2 bulbs for the girls or 2 rhizomes for the females. Does that make sense? But I don't use it. It's an orchid. It's hard to come by. It can be expensive. So if you were taught about Adam and Eve root going up in the mountains, then you probably use it that way. Now the last one I want to talk about is Mystic still here? Is Eminem still here? Rose. What's hypocritical? What's hypocritical? Here. Okay, the last one I want to talk to you is the blue stuff. Okay, so that, if you, like when somebody first told me about that or asked me about it, I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? I had no idea what they were talking about, and I had to go look it up. So, what you're talking about is mainly used in, not just in hoodoo, but it is used in all the diasporic, what is that called? Blue and what is it called? Blue and what? Blue and, help me out. Blue anil, I think it's called. Blue anil. Yeah. And a lot of times that's added to certain sacred waters. It's supposed to get rid of unwanted energies and all that stuff in hoodoo. And when they first told it to me, I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. And what it was is what we use in physical witchcraft. Yeah, it's copper sulfate, blue copper, and blue anil. We use indigo. So when I first heard about it, I was like, what are you talking about? There is an equivalent in physical witchcraft, and it's the plant, the blue indigo. So the thing is, though, is blue anil is also used in espiritismo, and espiritismo is not closed. And my sensista has told me that I can use blue anil, and he knows that I am not in any of those practices. And this is a non-Americanized sensista that I go to. If non-Americanized makes sense, that's the only way I can think to say it. But even though I've been given clearance to use the anil, I still use my indigo because I have indigo. So I would say that depends on who you talk to. I'm going to go by my sensista, okay, because it's been in his family for generations and generations and generations. And he says that blue anil to use it. So, in my opinion, I don't care what someone who is not a priest in one of these practices says. I'm going to go by what the priest says. And he says that you can use blue anil in your bovedas. Now, people think bovedas are closed too. I never had a boveda a day in my life until I got my reading from my sensista. And my sensista said you need one with 9 glasses. And I've had one ever since. And if people don't like it, they can go fuck themselves. He said that I needed it. Oh, Jesus. Gardenia and Rose of Castilla. I'm going to add it to the list. We're going to do it too. I got you. Now, I'm not saying somebody go just woof out a boveda. But when you are instructed by a sensista, and it is in espiritismo, that spirituality is open. And so I'm going to go by what the priest says. I have a boveda. I can use blue anil. I just choose not to because we have indigo for that indigo plant. So that's my personal opinion. That's not something I would write in a book or something. The use of it. I mean, who can use it and who can't. All right, so gardenia. Gardenia has never been closed, ever. What? Again, I'm going to show you why. Next thing, they're going to tell you a magnolia tree is. All right, you ready? There are some things we can't use that it's not sure to use. There's so much other things that you can use in place of graveyard dust. I wouldn't even bother it. Anyway, Mexican, you there? Because here we go. It's native to southern China and Japan. Okay, so that's number one why it's not closed to anyone. It's native to China and Japan. And they use it in their practices. In physical witchcraft, let me go over here to my book. Ingredients. I don't know what they use it for in there, but I'm going to tell you what we use it for here. EFG. Friendship encourages peace and comforts those with a severe ailment or internal or terminal illness. Okay. And the Rose of Castilla. I think we call the Rose of Castilla. Does that clear it up for you, Mystic? Before I move on from a gardenia? Oh, I'm sure they are big creators. And I can't wait to the reading. Hold on. I know we call this something else. I don't even think it's Latino, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's not. That's what I thought. Okay, are you ready, Mexican? We actually do not use this in physical witchcraft. We call these wild rose. And the wild rose we loop it in with the same thing roses do. But are you ready, Mexican Mystic? Are you ready? Because here we go. The scientific name is Gallica rose. It's native to Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Okay, so it's not even from here. I know it has a lot of medicinal properties over there in North Africa. I don't know the proper word for this. The Arabics use it a lot. Yes. 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 Commonly known as the French rose, the Gallica rose. It is actually in North Africa, the Arabic, I don't know the proper name for those peoples. They use it in magic, in love things, in perfumes. It's way bigger over there than it is here. And the old folks use it for the old folks over there. Cascarilla. All right, so let me tell. Well, hey, we'll talk about cascarilla too, because we just don't call it cascarilla. But anyways, so primarily it was used by the Arabic peoples. Cascarilla. We just don't call it cascarilla. But there's some. Hold on. It's also not closed. Cascarilla is in is Spiritismo. Just a FYI. All right. I know cascarilla has eggshell, but I think there's something else in it. Okay, so cascarilla is eggshell, and there's something else they use to make it stick in the little white cups. I have it over there. In the little white cups. I can't remember. But it's just eggshell powder. And we just call it eggshell powder. We don't call it cascarilla. But the reason it's the uses that are different. This is what is important. So this is the other thing I keep saying, y'all. So the uses are different. So with eggshell powder, or if somebody like me was to use cascarilla, I would only be using it for protection. Okay, in a very physical way. Whereas in these other closed practices, a lot of times they'll put it with water and pour it over you, or paint your face with it. And Palo Mayombe and another Afro religion, I don't know what the signs are. Like each person has like this thing that looks like a big fancy sigil sign thing. I don't know what they're called, but they draw those with cascarilla. So it's the uses that are different. And that's what people fail to talk about. The uses are different. So in other words, me as a physical witchcraft use or person is never going to add liquid to my eggshell powder and paint my face with it. No. I'm never going to form my eggshell powder into something that I can draw. The most we draw with it is circles. Sometimes we use it on dark paint to draw sigils, but never those fancy things. I think they were saying salt as a joke. So it's the uses that are different. It's the same thing that got me in so much trouble with the Roma. Tarot absolutely does not come from them in any way, shape, or form. Does not originate with them. But the way Romas do tarot, often with playing cards, is closed. So it's the uses that are the problem here. The ingredients are the same over the whole planet. Yeah, I thought it was a joke. The ingredients are the same across the entire planet. It's the uses that you're respectful of. Some uses they're using to talk to spirit. Some uses are specific to a certain closed practice. It's the uses that you need to be mindful of. Bye. And people who, is it a frequency thing? Oh, not that I know of. It's just passed down. So in other words, a lot of these Afro, no, not all Romans. You got to understand the whole deal with that. Half the Romans were fine with the word gypsy, but the loud half wasn't. So my opinion hasn't changed about the word gypsy. Anyway, it's the uses of the stuff. And I think that that's the problem, is people don't educate themselves enough. They only educate themselves in their practice, and then that's it. Which I didn't like that. That's why I prefer to teach above everything else. So in my book, I think there's only 2 things, the Adam and Eve root and the blue anil are in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now I don't assume somebody is a gypsy. I've come across other Romas who have asked me questions. I'm like, first of all, can I use the word gypsy around you or not? Because I am mindful of it. But anyway, it was, it's the uses, I got sidetracked. It's the uses of these products that can be closed or not. And it's only closed because a lot of times this is traditions that's passed down. It's spirits that recognize those things, like those, I know, and specifically in Palo Mayombe, and I've seen it in voodoo, where they draw the things with the cascarilla, and it's like a seal. I don't know the proper name for it. So spirits recognize that, okay? In physical witchcraft, don't nobody recognize nothing. So that's why it's different. We don't use them for the same things. Does that make sense to y'all? Poor mystic. All right, Lilith. Does that make sense? I don't know what Vivis is. I don't know. And y'all got to keep in mind, let me not, I was tempted to delete this group chat because of my group servitor, and I don't want to deal with that. No, well, maids, let me say this. There are people that are witch feet that believe every plant and substance is open to everyone. And I'm not here to police you. I teach from an experience point of view. Okay? And I'm not here to dictate how someone believes. So I want to make that clear. I teach from the experiences that I've had. I am not here to police your practice. I share what I advocate for and what I don't advocate for. And it's not up to me to police an individual. And quite frankly, it's not up to anyone to police you. But I teach what I practice. Does that make sense? A lot of people don't like me for that. But I do advocate for sage. Wild sage for the poaching. Don't do that. The fact that you could walk into like 5 and under and get sage, but they can't tell you where it came from, that bothers me. Because I know that money's not going back to any Indian reservation. And if you have seen the condition of Indian reservations, it would piss you off too. So for people that use white sage, only thing I say is, regardless of your beliefs, Please research the state of American Indian reservations. That's the only thing I ask of you, regardless of your belief of white sage. Because of all these companies selling this white sage, should not be getting the revenue when we have reservations in the state that they are in. So, that's all I'm saying. It will make you furious. Like your blood will absolutely boil. It is insanity. And you'll never hear about it on the news. Oh no. When I tell you Native Americans have never stopped being fucked in the ass with a cactus and no lube, they have never stopped being fucked like that. Never. So, I don't understand the obsession either. Just watch one documentary on native reservations in America. Just one. Just one. I have to look, Andalee. Let me write myself a note. Because I'll have to look. I'm not sure if I have it in there or not, but I can surely find it and put it in there. Reservations in playlist. On the most hard-hitting document, have you seen my documentary on child trafficking? Not in America. I mean the actual infant child. It's very graphic. A lot of people couldn't finish it. I think the documentary on that playlist, I cannot watch that, yeah. The documentary on my playlist that everyone in America needs to watch is that Requiem for an American Dream. Now, you would not have any question if you had watched it or not. I don't even remember. The Eyes of Evil or some shit like that. Requiem for the American Dream needs to be watched by every American. So they can just stop being dumb and understand how shit works. Because that's the truth. That's the unbiased truth of how this place works, period. A lot of people can't finish watching the trafficking one because they just don't want to believe that it exists, and it's going to exist. I think that's what upsets people more. One of those depots for children used to be in the United States, and they had to move it over to Germany because people were getting too nosy. In terms of making plans in the Native community, I don't know, Dark Forest. I think that people don't like the fact that it's going to exist. Most anything you can think of that you think happens in regards to children of all ages, it absolutely 100% happens. 1,000%. Oh shit, I need to go get my charger. Hold on. Don't look at me. Don't do that. Get it! Go! Ain't nobody talking to you, dog. I've been trying to traumatize my cat every time it walks by. Oh, whoops, sorry. Okay. So, yeah. I think it's hard. People don't like to understand that so long as human beings are out of sync with nature, that will not go away. All right, Jackie. Christianity's on its way out in America. I think this last year was the first year there was more non-Christians than Christians in America. That's why they're getting so loud and panicky and extremist now. Because they're in their death throes in America. And I say good. Yeah, even the number. It's just they get louder and more panicky. Do you think we are past the point of no return as using children the way they use them? As long as we are out of sync with the natural flow, that will not go away. And people hate that. You have to have balance. Why do you think utopias never work? You can't have all good. That's not the way the universe works. It's not the way the planet works. It doesn't work that way. And so the thing with children will keep on going as long as human beings are out of sync with nature. You can't have good without bad. The more good you want, the more bad you gotta have. I don't know anything about Zodiac like that. I don't see the United States continuing on the way it is. Society as a whole. I mean, let's face it. There should be no more than, I think, 500 million of us on the planet. Right? And there are, right now, we have 7.5 billion too many people on the planet. Look, I love it when people come up with that. The planet can carry 12 billion. It probably can carry more than 12 billion. But you won't have anything natural left. That's what people fail to mention when they bring up those numbers. The planet can carry 12 billion. There won't be anything natural left. So for the planet to exist properly in balance with nature, the maximum is 500 million. That's it. That's it. But human beings are too selfish. Because I would totally not have a problem with being ghosted off this planet if it meant to save the planet. That they were going to take out 8.5 billion of us, and I happen to be in that lot. Well, all right then. I'm going to be out of here. So is my kid. I'd rather be reincarnated back on a planet that only had 500 million anyway. But people too selfish. You can look on the interwebs, Mage. There's several different studies about it. I think, here's what I think, personally. So, Yeah. And we're not going to do that, though, Dark Forest. That is not going to happen. Not ever. You can't be looking at this shit theologically. There's no room for theology. I mean, philosophically. There is no room for philosophy in this. But the thing is that the planet is way stronger than people. That's another thing that people have this superiority complex. Man, if COVID was a decreaser, it would have killed more people. If you look at the number of people that contracted COVID versus the number of people that died from COVID, if that was meant to kill people, it's an absolute failure. If that was meant to be a population control, it absolutely failed miserably. But what was I saying? This is what I think. People underestimate. They really think that human beings really think that they're more powerful than the planet. I'm not kidding y'all. They really do. Just because they come up with things like HARP and all that other shit. The planet, we are a mere inconvenience. We're like lice on planet Earth right now. And when we get to be too life-sucking, the planet will absolutely get rid of us. And just as a side note, what happens, and this is not my opinion, no, we don't need to terraform planets. We don't need to go to any other planet ever. What happens, if you look at the geological record, everybody's so concerned about the global warming. The planet only allows itself to get so hot. It only allows itself to get so hot. And then it plunges into a miniature ice age. This is not my opinion. You can look at climate over the past 500 million years on planet Earth, and it will show it to you, okay? Our carbon levels have been way higher, and our methane levels have been way higher through natural processes than they are today. And the planet only allows itself to get so hot, and then it plunges into a miniature ice age. So the planet has no problem getting rid of people. That's not even an issue. I think people they're just so stupid as a whole that we're just a slight lice infestation, and the Earth will freeze our asses right off the planet. She's done it before. About the only thing you could find to grow was in Antarctica, and that's because Antarctica was up in the southern hemisphere. She has no problem getting rid of us. And so, even though I sincerely wish mankind would change, the age of Aquarius is not over for another 2148 years. And we are most definitely going to have a mini ice age before that happens. Because there's just too many. And Earth, and the thing is this, even the most advanced, unbiased, not paid by company scientists will tell you that they have no idea what causes the Earth to decide that it's too hot and I mean plummet into an ice age. I don't mean gradual. I mean like within 50 years you can't grow things in temperate areas. That's what I mean. And they have no effing idea. Even though they pulled ice cores from that time when it's happened, they cannot tell you what mechanism of the Earth makes her decide that it's too hot. And she just freezes off everything. If you make it, great. If you don't, too bad. Now, I feel certain that a small amount of humans will make it because we are just that smart. But, you know, the majority of us are going to be 86th. So, there's that. I can't change and flip this to the front the way I have it, I don't think. Maybe I can. Oh, there I am. Hi. I'm going to be looking the wrong way, though, because my camera's up here. But I'm wanting to look here, which means I'm looking over there. But I'm really not. Maybe if I tilt it, it'll look like I'm looking at y'all. How's that? How's that? Does it look like I'm looking at you? But, yeah. So, that's what the deal is with the earth. Everybody's so concerned. But this is what I tell everybody, because people will be like, do you think it will be the will of the gods that caused the first? I don't think the will of the gods has anything to do with it. This has been happening before deities ever stepped foot on the planet. This is the primordial forces that keep life existing on this planet and in any other planet that has life across the universe. But this is what I tell people when they're like, it's such a big problem. How can I help? How can I help? This is what I tell people all the time. Because it gets overwhelming. And I had this same problem. And I was like, what can I do? So this is what I figured out. My little square here. My little square that I live in. On my trawler. And any other house that I've lived in. I treat that as my mini earth. That's my mini earth. So I will recycle. I will maintain my property. I don't kill things, except I cut grass. I try to treat my space as a mini earth. And you don't need property to do this. If you live in an apartment, you can treat your apartment like a mini earth. You can recycle. You can not buy or buy as little that's in plastic as possible. And if you do, recycle it. You can bring potted plants into your home. You want to treat your little space, I know, like an earth. Because if everybody did that, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. Now, I donate a very small amount each month to, oh my God, they just had a campaign on TikTok. The people who clean up the oceans, they drive out there with a big-ass net. Every time I get a plant, my cat eats it. Well, I mean, he'll only eat it so many times. You know, they go out in the boats and they literally get all the plastic out of the boats and they clean up shorelines. They just had a campaign on TikTok. Anyway, I donate to that because I know it actually goes to that. Pulling the weeds is not, weeding your flower bed is not bad. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, like, I will not take down a tree. That will not happen. State for slaughtering innocent. But if you just treat your little square, even if you're inside an apartment and don't have property. Yeah, that's it, Crystal. Treat that as a miniature earth. Waste as little as possible. Recycle as much as possible. If you have a balcony, put as many plants that can live out there as possible. Because even those plants on your balcony provide spaces for living things to have a home in a cement jungle. That's the way you get... That was my bird burping. That's the way that you help. So you're not overwhelmed. Well, whenever I'm able to move, I'm hoping to just plant ingredients. All right, Lilith. Right, well, I'm hoping, when I'm finally able to move, I want my yard to be either ingredients or edibles. Period. Thank you. Thank you, Andalee. The housing market's still ridiculous right now. They be wanting like $25,000 per square foot. And I'm like, you bitches have lost your mind. Not all ingredients are edible, okay? Don't go eating nightshade, okay? Don't do that. Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never want an HOA. And you may not always be in an HOA. You can literally grow anything at home. You just need to look at the zone for that plant. Whatever herb you want to grow, just look at the zone and then find the zone where you live. I can't stay in this fucking state though. It's too hot. It's not closed. No, Mariah. If it's in the book, you can use it. How about that? People are going to hate my book anyway. You're going to have people who are been waiting for a herb book like that. And then you're going to have the people who are like, this is appropriation and evil and Witchfoot is going to hell, even though I'm pagan and don't believe in one. Which is good. You know what? The more upset people, the better. I don't think people understand that when they get angry with me and they post all these videos, you'll see my followers drop for about 2 weeks. And then they go back up higher than they were before because the people come and they go to my YouTube and they see the truth and then they follow me. No, my book will be for sale. It's a self-published through Amazon. And they're all beat up. Come on up to Canada. I don't want to go that far. Okay. I won't even go to the top. The difference in sunlight from the bottom of Vermont to the top. Right, Chantal? I know it's going to be less than 50. I know that. Because it just is. I'm thinking 40. Yeah, the people, and they haven't figured that out yet. The more you talk crap about me, the more people that you send my way. Oh, awesome. The last week of January is when it'll be out. Oh, my eyebrows. Oh, they look like they're totally mine. Yeah, well, I copyrighted the book too, so if I even catch it on the website, you're getting sued. No, the hardcover, I've been courting this one publishing company in particular that publishes really high-end controversial material in the occult world. I've been courting them, and hopefully the sales for my book will be so good that they'll just go ahead and do my ultimate hard copy. Oh, excellent, Red. I can't release the name of the book yet until some other legal thing comes through. So that's why I haven't said the release. But it'll be really obvious because I will be plastering it all over all my platforms. Oh, and as a bonus, the fetus deletus is in the back of the book. 18 pages. No. I'm not sharing who did it because then my haters will be like, don't publish her. You should make sense of energy out of all the people discuss you in a manner transparent to protect for you and your business reputation. Oh, I did that. I did. I'm excellent on transmutation because I can do it naturally. Oh. But, what was the other thing I was saying? No, my book has, I think it has one hold on, I'll tell you. Hold on. Because that's one thing I hated about her books. Number one, they were incomplete. But there was like a whole fucking chapter of them talking. Like, bitch, I didn't get this to talk to you. Why are you writing a book? So in my book, hold on. It is 164 standard pages, so that makes it almost 300 in book pages. But I have one, I think 4 pages. And then the rest is ingredients. Front to back. Nothing else. because I can't stand that either. It's like when you go to watch a YouTube video and they just talk about the product for 20 fucking minutes. And you're like, nobody cares that you're talking about it. Just show it if it works. So I didn't want that in there. Oh, there's note pages. There are blanks after each alphabet letter so that you can write in herbs or ingredients for that letter that I left out or you learned about. And then there are several pages of notes at the end of the book before the Yeetus the Fetus book. The Yeetus the Fetus book, or Fetus Deletus, is at the end of that book. And then the things that y'all asked me to put in there are... Hold on. The extra things at the end are... Hold on. Damn. Hold on. Okay. The correlations of common rocks. The baneful properties of crystals. Not all of them, obviously. The magical uses of metals. Color magic. Color candle days. Days of the week magic. Moon phase correlations. Types of candles. And a list of magical tools. No, I won't make a spell book because that defeats the entire purpose of physical witchcraft. We don't read spell books. We write them. Every person who practices physical magic will have a different spell for the same thing. So I will never write a spell book. That won't happen. Even though I could write it and make lots of money, that goes against why I teach what I teach. Do you have a marking around your eye? I mean, I got this. That's just dark circles I'm getting filler in. I got one of these things that came up in my 30s. Why? My little dot. Was that a skin tag or something? My biography sounds like a Big Fish book. Do you know what a Big Fish story is? Why'd you ask me about a marking around my eye? No, PDF not available. It's kind of red and not really big. I don't know. I'm old, dude. I got shit all around my eyeballs. Oh, yeah. It sounds completely fake. You'd be like, that bitch is so full of shit. A Big Fish story. When somebody tells you about a fish, man, it was this big. And you're like, sure. Wait. You gonna wait. Because the shit that's happened in my life just make no sense. I just fall into stuff. I wasn't even planning to do. I'll fall into it. What's the nastiest spell ingredient you used? I raised and processed a pig, and we were skinning the pig. It had a cyst in its hide, and it smells so bad. It was so fucking gross. Like, I get kind of thinking about it. And I still went and got a paper towel and got it. I had to hold my breath and put it in a Ziploc bag. It was a fucking pig skin cyst. It was the grossest shit I've ever knew. But it worked. When it finally tamed down. No. I used it. This was years ago. It was so fucking gross, man. It was so gross. But it worked when it came time to use it. Yes, it did. It fucked my ex up. Oh no, feces is nothing. What's the money bowl question? Oh, it worked. It fucked him up. Dude, I didn't even check. I just held my breath and added it to the spell. You just got to use domination ingredients. That's all. It don't matter how stubborn they are. And use persuasion ingredients. What somebody want to ask me about a money bowl? Dude, that was the nastiest shit I have ever used in my life. Oh, I gotta tell you about my... Does everybody in here know about my war water? After it's dried, but is there a time you redo it? I just would go by your feeling. Did y'all hear? Yeah, I know. That's why I won't leave it in PB. Did I tell you about my war water? Does everybody know about the story behind my fucking war water? Okay. I'm going to show you how close my war water is. Okay. My desk. Look right over here to that bottle. You see that bottle? Do you see it? What is missing from that bottle? What's missing from the bottle? Please, someone tell me. What is missing from the bottle? The cork. Yes. Okay. So, that happened 2 months ago. Where the cap went, I don't know. No. Jada was like, where's the lid to your war water? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's right there. I am 1.5 feet from that bottle. And you cannot smell it. I just want y'all to know. I'm 1.5 feet. Do you know what is in that bottle? No, there's not a hole above it. Do you know what is in that bottle? No smell. No, I don't know what happened to the lid. But what I'm saying is, I am 1.5 feet from this bottle every day. And there is no odor. I was so paranoid about it that I just cleaned up and shifted stuff around on this shelf. And I moved shit around the bottle. I didn't move the bottle. I wasn't moving the bottle. No. No, Dark Forest. Everyone has come in here. If you move the bottle, don't get it twisted. No, don't get it twisted. If you move the bottle, I will clear the room. It will clear the room. But when you let it sit there, look, hold on, look. You see there's like a fog on the top of the bottle? See that like fog just sitting on top of the bottle? I don't know what it is, but it works like a cap. Because I have other people coming to my house, and bitch, that would clear out the swamp thing. No, dude, that Pixis thing was over 10 years ago. The thing when you was asking about war water, it's not so much information, is that there's 2 different kinds. I never heard of the offensive war water in my life. So apparently there's like an offensive defense type of war water where you use water and rusty nails and stuff that you're supposed to use as defense. I don't know where that come from. I've never heard of it. I do believe one time somebody told me that was a Celtic thing originally. I had never heard of it. I've only heard of the bad war water. And that's when you mix it up like that. And you go to the house of the person or their workplace of where they are. You put their name in there or their family, whatever. And you take that bottle and you bust it like on the stoop of their porch or in front of their car so that they have to walk through it to get in, and then it fucks them up because they have no choice but to walk through it. That's the only type of war water I've ever been taught. I didn't know the other one. Appalachiola. I've never heard of the other kind where you do it for protection. I was like, I don't even know what that is. What are y'all talking about? Okay, do you know? If you have them drink it, then you're going to go to jail for murder. Arabian conjurer. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what that was until I got on TikTok. I was like, what are y'all talking about? Well, I know they did it over in Scotland and there too. No. Types of water are in the book. Yeah. War water, I was taught you get you rusty shit, you Spanish moss, and you drown a mouse or a vole, small, you drown them in it. And then if you want it to sit, you can let it sit, and you can add whatever you want, like cut glass, blueberries, stuff like that. You can keep adding to it. And then when you find a target, it's all ready for you to make. But a lot of people, they'll be like, can I drown a roach? I'm like, I guess, try. I don't know. I've always been a mouse or a vole. One of them little things your cat brings up and it's still living. You just plump it in there. And it's a type of sacrifice. If you don't like sacrifice, you're not going to want to do that type of war water. Create wards. It's a paid class. Wards and protection is a paid class. Well, you can't drown a dead mouse, Rose. Well, no, I don't, because I'm not talking about Appalachian magic. That's what y'all have to remember whenever you're talking to me. I'm referring to physical magic. As I said, it requires sacrifice to make this particular type of war water. That doesn't mean there's not another war water that doesn't include a mouse. I'm talking about this particular type of nasty, gross, instant results war water. Requires a sacrifice of something warm-blooded and alive. Well, that's what I'm saying. I had a cork on that one so I could burp it, but it's not there anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, you stay right there. But there's a lot of stuff you do in physical magic that, I mean, drowning a mouse is symbolic. Of course there is. Of course there is. I would ask somebody in Appalachia, some Appalachians, about their versions of war water. What's the other thing we use? Okay, so another thing we use in physical witchcraft is fertile but not hatched chicken eggs. No, that's not. You use those to represent pregnancies. So you go to a farm and you get fertile eggs. You hold it under a flashlight, see how far along they are. And then when you're doing the spell work, you crack the egg because it stays alive for a little bit. And then you kill it. It is what it is. That doesn't mean everybody has to do that. Not everybody is okay with yeeting a fetus. But that's the number one thing that you use in physical witchcraft to end pregnancies. Now, that's about $1 billion. That's extremely expensive, but that's what you use it for. Hypochondria, you want to use herbs that are truth-telling. Herbs that clear the eyes, like eye brights eye bright, and herbs that force you to see the truth. Well, I mean, they didn't give me mine. And a bird uterus. Those would be very useful in fertility. But yeah, you take something sharp and you kill it by going through the heart. Yeah, they took mine and sold it, I guess. That's some bullshit. If I'd known that, I'd be like, you give it back. You're not selling it to anybody else, not without me getting paid. Or if I know it's going to stem cell research, provide me some proof it's going to that. I wish there were more non-candle spells that people show. A clear pathway herbs anywhere. It's in my book. Mystic, everything that's on the candle just took the place of the brazier. So any spell that is put on a candle can be used in a brazier. That's a burning bowl, for anybody who doesn't know. It's just that people don't have burning bowls anymore. You can use a bowl, like when you do your lives, and you have your pan there. If you just get you a bowl with more substance, you don't have to use candles. You get a fire. It's burned in fire. The candles were used because people don't have burn bowls laying around anymore. You can use a cauldron. Candles are just brought in for convenience. Any spell that you do can be done right then at the time in the fire. Well, when I'm in there, I say something. But when you come up on my page, I see you, but I don't feel like going in lives, and I keep going, and you do your spells on live. So you don't have to use candles. You can do it right there inside your cauldron. We didn't use candles for a long, long, long time. That's a relative, well, there are certain tribes in Africa that have been using them longer. But the rest of us, we use braziers. Well, cauldron is cast iron. Yeah, there's ingredients for job and employment, and you would add something to speed it up, like coffee or cayenne. No, when I'm gonna do a small fire, I will usually, I don't know. I was raised in the South, okay, so we know how to start fires. But I'm gonna do this as if I'm in an apartment. It's a video chat through WhatsApp. If you're in an apartment, first you want to get the little charcoal discs that they sell, and you want to get one of them lit. And then add you some paper and some other things that will burn. And then most of your dry ingredients will just serve to make the fire bigger. But that's how you do it. If you're in the country, like, we know what to put in there to make the fire, you gotta do the little stuff, and then the little twigs, and then the bigger twig, and then the piece of wood. But if you're in an apartment, just start off with those little charcoal discs, and catch some paper on fire. But yeah, you just do it in open flame. Man, when you see the show, we used to do this right here. Hold on, let me get some. I don't have any ingredients right here. Oh, okay, here I do. I got some come to me stuff. I know y'all seen this thing, right? Here's my bowl. Y'all gonna pretend that you can see it, and it'll be like, oh, I have news. Tell the bat. That's all they're doing is they're putting ingredients into the fire. That's all we used to do. There was no candle, no rolling. You'd be like, that's all you did. I started using candle magic because I had to mail it to people. I can't mail them a fire brazier. Yeah, that's all. We used to do the same thing because arson. Technically, I don't know who X is, but I like it. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. How do you spell the brazier? Brazier. And witch balls. Yeah, I think witch balls can go either way. Man, I also took your advice and we use those aluminum pans. That's right. That's why my desk that I do my spells on, I don't ever clean it. I'll ring the bell, but I don't ever clean it. Let it stack up. Never, never. All right, what we got here? What time is it? It's only 11:33. Is it really only 11:33? Excellent, dude. $8 p.m. Oh, you over in Central. I'm doing good. I thought it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. That's what I mean, 11:33. Bright Mexican? Yeah. Close. Not hot chocolate. Hot chocolate's closed. No hot chocolate. Pacific Standard 11, 10. No. Oh, yeah. My bad. My bad. I need to do. What's this one? What is this one? Oh, I can't do that one. I'm not in the mood. It'll come out wrong. What's this one? Nope, that'll come out wrong. Oh, that's definitely gonna come out wrong. Okay, we're not gonna do those three. If I'm not in the mood to do those, it will be nothing. I got cleanse for everything. No, I'm throwing them on the skin card today. Yeah. Yeah, they get cleansing way. No, they get protection. TikTok makes you think that there is something waiting for you the minute you don't put salt around your spell. You're going to get infested with demons. I'm like, calm down. It's not like that. This is the way I explain protection. It's statistics. I don't fault nobody for being extra with protection, but it's like this. When you're doing it as spell work or anything occult, unless you're doing ceremonial magic that requires it, something encroaching on you and attacking you is, think of the statistics of walking down the street. Most people can walk down the street no matter what time it is, day or night, and not worry about getting mugged. They'll never get mugged a day in their life. And then on this day, this person might get mugged. You know what I'm saying? The odds are in your favor. So if you prefer protection but you forget, don't stop your spell and start over. The odds are in your favor that you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Don't get like anal about it. We're like, oh my God, I got to do the whole spell over again. I didn't use protection. Calm down. Calm down. And if you ward your space, yeah, not necessary. So like, I've been at this a while. So I have plants outside that are living wards. I have wards I've made that are hanging outside, wards in the woods. I have wards inside the house. It's very rare that I do any kind of extra protection whatsoever. That comes with time. But, oh, that's right. Thank you, Andalee. I got to pull some cards. But, living plants as wards, protective plants as wards are the most effective. Because they give living vibrations. Living vibration. Okay, that went out. All right, where are my cards? I don't even know. Where are they? Here they are. Oh my God, what was that? What is that? A random ring. Okay. Let me turn my shit around. All right. Okay. First, I need to see what's going on in my house. No, I did not. I said I'll be able to start Love Magic next month in a separate category. The classes I have now are beginner classes. But I will be starting sex magic, yes. Because so much of it has absolutely nothing to do with a partner. I love spray magic. Well, you weren't wrong, technically. I will be doing it. It'll just be separate. But, I mean, as we go further along, it's going to be graphic, and y'all are going to totally be seeing Brian's penis. Ryan's penis. But that'll have a warning on it. That's pretty advanced in there. You will not be seeing my vagina. I'm sorry. I'll be using a prosthetic vagina. I'm not showing my vagina on screen. That's not happening. I get Brujo Ryan, and it comes out Brian. No, there's not another person. I mean Ryan. I know him as Philip. Y'all know him as Brujo Ryan, and it comes out as Brian. I called him Brian for at least the first 6 months that I knew him. You won't see his face, Mystic, and you can skip that class if you want. Whether you like him or not, he does got a nice dick, and it's a very good prop. Oh, you're not going to be seeing... You'll be seeing a fake plastic yoni. A silicone yoni. I'm not putting nobody's vag up there. Seeing a prop silicone yoni. Because they get them. They make them. All right. I'm serious. I'm serious. Ryan doesn't care if his dick's on TV, so it'll be like a pre-recorded where I do the tantric type of witchcraft that you do on men, and I just know his body better, and he doesn't care if his dick's on TV. So I'll just give him one and record it for later use. I mean, it's a nice dick. Nobody's going to mind looking at it. You know what I'm saying? All right. I want to know... I want to know what happened in my house. What's going on after... I don't see why not. What's going on in my house after... the eclipse happened. Not eclipse, after the full moon. I mean, he's got a nice dick. Oh, no. No! The first card. I'm too overwhelmed. Are you serious? Fuck. I gotta stop right there. Hey, Jaded, are you awake? I need you to come here. The first card that I pulled out is the Covenant card. The contract card. I'm pulling cards on what has happened since the full moon.
You probably did make a contract.
The first card is my contract card. So that means that something, someone is reaching out.
I don't doubt it.
Oh,
I mean,
can I feel that?
they dressed up as me.
Oh, you think it's related?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This feels like my boob on the inside when I give myself a breast exam. All right. Okay, let me find out who it is. Okay, so in my deck, this card is only pulled for one reason, and that means something, someone is calling out to work with you. This doesn't make me very happy because I'm already supposed to be working with a certain energy. All right, I'm not gonna look. In fact, I'm gonna put them face down. I'm nervous. I've never pulled this on myself. The side, because my camera's way down here.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually nervous. I have butterflies in my chest.
I wanna flip the cards. I wanna flip the cards.
Flip them slowly. And don't go to the next one. That's weird. All right, next one. I don't do reverse. All right. Next one. Okay, this is telling me what they're going to do for me. So that means I got to pull 5 more.
I did just give you Bassett.
So this is the obstacles, the walls will bring me peace with those that I love and myself. All right, so I got to pull 5 more. Oh, let me. All right, I need to pull who it is or what force it is. No, not in this reading. Not for, that's telling me what they want to come in for. I thought they were already here, but okay.
I don't think y'all understand that y'all will never be able to read her cards because her cards are conducive to her.
Yeah, it's to my spirit. Y'all are accurate, but that's not, it's like that, but okay, go ahead. Ducks. Power. Oh. Oh. Who the fuck is this? Okay, I gotta... Hold on. What do these things have in common? What do these things have in common? We use the pictures when I'm doing this, y'all. This part.
They have the color white in common?
No, I think I know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
Okay.
Watch it be Celine.
Y'all need to straighten out. Okay, I can't do this in front of y'all. Y'all gotta wait for a minute. Is this person related? Okay. Open. Sally.
Sally!
Is this Granny? Oh my God.
Don't you start crying again. I ain't got time for that.
I thought she was in.
No, she came for a visit that time. You thought she was here?
I thought she was here.
No. She came for a visit.
Wow. I guess I need to go put Granny on the altar. All right, hold on, y'all. Don't run over my feet. My feet are valuable. Oh, my butt. Stop. I'm moving Granny. Stop. Stop. Okay. Let's move Granny. Alrighty then. That's new. Okay, Granny, let's do it.
So Hi guys. Well, since I'm here, I'm gonna do some self-promotion. My TikTok account, Tempered Chaos, tomorrow I'm selling some crystals and some stuff at 8 p.m. Eastern. No, I haven't re-dyed my hair, and this isn't green, it's like turquoise.
Granny
Blue.
thinks she's funny showing up as Creepy Jade.
I want to pull some cards, just to pull some cards.
I am too fat to
You're
have
not
only
that
this
fat.
much room.
You're not that fat.
I am.
Look at that.
Okay, so y'all were here for that. Okay then. I wasn't aware she had to ask. Thought she could just come in.
She was the Appalachian witch. You really think she's not some like ancient being now?
I don't know.
She's motherfucker.
I moved her to the altar. So that's the boundaries. That first thing, y'all read it right. Had it been a regular oracle pulling, but that was showing what that thing wanted to help me with before I knew it was my mom. Well, it was my mom. My granny. Okay, well, I just thought that bitch could come in whenever she wanted to. All right. So I was also going to pull on what to do in my class on next because I'm confused.
Animal parts.
Animal parts, that's easy. It's pretty much sympathetic.
No, so is studying trees, and you had to make a thing on that. So
No, trees is more complicated.
plants, trees, whatever.
I'll stab you.
I whack you with Orbeez, bitch.
Arby's?
Orbeez.
Oh,
That's what's on the
Orbeez.
inside. You jiggle it and it's like, wow, shit.
Not a ball sack. All right, is everybody still here? Because nobody said anything, so I can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I have some tea? Can I hold your boob while you get tea? That feels like my boobie when I check for lumps in my breasts. Once a month. Once a month. Once a month. You know, apparently I was supposed to get a, what's that thing where they smash your tits? No, the thing where they smash your mammogram. I was supposed to get a mammogram like starting like 7 years ago. My boobs feel just like this because of the amount of caffeine from tea that I have drank, and it makes it very fibrous. I learned that. Oh. So it feels like my breast tissue is very ropey and fibrous. Because my mom, not knowing any better, put sweet tea diluted in my baby bottle. So that's how long I've been consuming tea. There are literally enough tannins to eat any breast shit out of my boobies. I have drank tea since birth, shortly thereafter. Yeah, they're like, if you had a breast exam, I'm like, oh, I need that.
The muffin man.
Not the muffin man. All right. Such an odd sound.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
I hope not. I do not want my pussy sounding like that. That's frightening. Okay. Oh, God. And the void? What? Okay. I'm sorry. Let me try to go up. And the void. Oh, God. I got to do some interpretation. What is she? What's the symbolism here? What is she doing?
She is holding.
She's disguising her face with light?
Glamour magic. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, okay. This lady's got some boundaries going on, but then we got, boom, the void. Like, what the fuck?
Glamour magic and manipulation way. No.
That is a type of manipulation magic. You can use it to get people to bend their boundaries, to break through a community. Let's see if that's it. All right, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Is this about manipulation, Matt?
Yeah.
Very good, Jade.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be...
You see why we need that board?
Yeah, I know. So, under manipulation,
Glamour magic.
magic is glamour,
Deception.
persuasion.
Deception. Domination.
Hold on. Deception.
I'm just coming up with shit.
I know, say it, let me get it out of my head first. Fuck, you made me miss the one I had. Invisibility. Disguise. What would you say? You said deception, and you said something else.
Domination.
Domination. That's singling, getting the groups to do things. Getting control and controlling groups. Right. Let's see. Obsession.
Validation.
How to break these things too. How to break these. I can't spell obsession. Okay, that means to cause.
Cause chaos.
Fuck with people's mental stability.
How do we go from trees to
Depression.
How do we go from trees to manipulation?
I don't know. I wasn't going to do the trees class until later, and they were like, now. I was like, well, alrighty then. All right. So, manipulation magic.
Glamour, persuasion, deception, disguise, domination, control, controlling groups, obsession, and fuck with people's mental stability, and how to break those if it's done to you. Okay, that's the next class that I'll be working on. Hit them with a tree branch and then manipulate them. Alright. Keep that over here. I'm going to take that with me up north. You said you wanted to pull random cards? Well, you got to tell us what you're pulling for.
I'm pulling for.
Ah! Dude, that contract card flew out so fast. I've never got it for myself. Shit, was very nervous.
I'm pulling for a general because I don't have anything specific in mind.
A general for who?
Me.
Alright. General for Jade. General reading. For the jaded.
Mom has big cards for her fat ass hands.
I have giant cards. I like them. Oh, I get to turn them over this time. This will be a fun upload. We got spells. We have clarifying appropriation ingredients. We got tarots with covenants. I mean, not tarot. Is that how many you need to pull? All right. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh.
I already knew what this should be.
Is that about you being fake with your boyfriend?
No, that's about my boyfriend showing warning signs, but he's actually learning from his mistakes and he's trying to fix it.
Okay, so y'all heard their interpretation. I'm going to show you how flexible these cards can be. So if I had this and I was reading for Jaded, I would say your significant other is wearing many different masks in front of you. Because he's trying to discern if you are the person that he's supposed to unite with. And that Jaded is the one, see how they're focusing on themselves? To focus on themselves instead of this information that they just got. So how far is that? That's really not far from, not too far.
Not super.
But you notice in this, there's nothing here that says that he wants to leave. So that's what you would have to reinforce to the person you're reading to. Because this would be a card that was like, he's halfway out the door. See what I'm saying? But this is not saying that. This is saying that he's wearing different masks while he's trying to discern if he wants to be united with you permanently. And then this one out here says, focus on yourself. Do not concentrate on the relationship. So focus on improving yourself and being yourself. Don't try to change who you are to try to make you a more, what you may think is a more, that you'll be chosen. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Who the hell knows?
Anyway, so, but when you get a reading like that, you got to be sure to look at that last card. And that says, just do you. Keep being true to yourself. Don't manipulate your own behavior to try to convince this person. That means that he's more than likely is going this route. If not, there would be a warning card here that's like,
It would have some type of doorway. It would be a doorway or a portal or well, some type of exit here. If it was I'm looking for a way out. So this is actually a positive reading, and her people are just letting her know to not, because with borderline you have a tendency to try to create what you think this person wants. And so that's why they're like, don't do that. Just keep on being jaded. This is fine over here. Just keep being you. Don't borderline yourself. I've done that. Don't borderline yourself and turn yourself into somebody you're not. Well, since these are out, do y'all have any questions about, not readings, but do y'all have any questions about using oracle cards? Since I have them out? Because they're different to each person that reads them, and that it's on purpose. So, if I read something and it's totally different from what... Tarot has very specific meanings that don't change for each card. The Seven of Swords means the Seven of Swords means the Seven of Swords. Yeah, these are... Yeah, but I'm yes, when I do readings, yes. No. That's why I like oracle cards. And that's totally good, Sunflower Lady. I cannot. So the thing with oracle decks is, you always, when you're shopping for an oracle deck, I guess you could look at it like that. Well, here's the thing. That yes, these change based on the content. But here's, well, I get what you're saying, Mage. But I don't like that it's not flexible. I never connected to them. First of all, find out what tarot cards are about, because tarot card is a system. It's a system that some people like structure less and prefer the tarot decks. I am not one of those people. The next thing is, when you're looking for an oracle deck, do not buy one based on the cover of the box. Open it up and look at the images. And the image, you should be able, this is how I do it. You should be able to see 47 things in one image. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you two examples because I have two different sets of cards here put together. All right. So, well, number one, you can read the little book that comes with the oracle deck. As soon as I get my oracle deck, I throw the book away. It's not what I got it for. I pick out an oracle deck based on if me and my spirits, my crew, can understand it. So, no, you do not. What does that say? Creature of legend. If all your deck is considered good, then that's your fault, not the oracle deck's fault. So I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I'll give an example. If your oracle deck seems to be all fluffy cards, then that's on you. You've got a biased opinion when you're reading your deck. So here are two cards. So when you look at, for instance, when you're choosing a deck and you look at this card, oops. So obviously you see that this is a stranger, but you all also need to pay attention to what's in the background. Also, you see, it could be talking about a gray area in your life when this person comes in. This can mean a person. This could mean a force that comes in. This could mean your own reflection, your own ego, how you actually are is a stranger to you. There's a million different things that this card could mean. And if you took that off, it can mean even more things. So you need to be able to look at the card and it be able to tell you how many different things could this card mean. This could be a good card or a bad card, depending on the cards that precede it. Does everybody understand that part? And you need to understand that a stranger, if you leave that on, a stranger, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Being curious can be a good thing or a bad thing. So it depends on the cards that precede it. Okay? So another example, this is from the other deck I have mixed to it. You can see the similarity and why I combined the decks. So this one is sovereignty. So this can also stand for using your intelligence towards something. This can do as domination in your spirit. Like I can be a very dominating person. Can be a good thing or a bad thing. Your domination could be getting in the way of something. So for instance, if it had, let me pick another card. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to give you an example. All right. So if this came up like this, then your domination, your self-sovereignty is you're causing the own obstacles in your flow of life. So sometimes, I used to be very dominating, but I've checked that. So your sovereignty and wanting to do things on your own and wanting to be a dominating, strong person is getting in your way. You're not accepting the help that's being given to you. You might not even see the help that's being offered to you to get around this obstacle. See what I'm saying? And if it's reversed, like this, the problem here is you aren't enough independent. You aren't standing up for yourself enough. You aren't applying your self-power enough. You're being a pussy. And that it's going to stay that way until you step into your power. Okay? Get what I'm saying? Does everybody understand? Everybody understand what I'm saying? Hello? I don't want to go into the next part unless I know somebody's listening. I don't want to waste my time. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I do this because this, as you can see, Oracle card decks can be very vague. And I don't like the vagueness. They're good. They're good for card readings when I do a live or something like that. But when I'm doing a personal paid reading, I also employ this deck. Okay, this is the Essential Oil deck. It does not have pictures. It has information.
Like a card deck.
Okay, so I pulled them together. So if you had this card and it came with this one, which is I hate my body. These I do reversed. So if it's upright, I'm going to use this top part. I hate my body. If it comes in reversed, I'll use the true statement. My body is my temple. So, yeah, she's having a conversation with somebody on the phone. So in this one, it is you're putting the idea, let's say I have a female client, you're putting the idea of being a strong woman above your physicality. I hate my body. Okay? The problem is you're like, I'm such a strong woman, it shouldn't matter what I look like. When in reality, you're saying that because you just don't like the state of your body. You follow what I'm saying? So you're using this as an excuse to cover this. If it was reversed, this is a confirmation card. So your sovereignty as a strong woman or man, there's a card for men, but it doesn't always pull up. You know your body is your temple, and your spirits are going, yes, this is the correct way to honor your body because it is the seat of your spirit. So in that way, it's a confirmation card. Okay? So when you use them together, you're able to zero in on very specific things. Let's just try the other one, the next one. I just want to show you the versatility. So we got sovereignty with, this is the way it has always been done. Okay, so you're thinking that you are sovereign, making your own decisions to go through life, but in fact, you're just repeating something that was taught to you. So it's not that novel side of you, that self-governing side of you that's causing the blockage. It's that you're actually not. You're doing it the way you were taught. And you haven't tried an original sovereign approach to the problem. Does that make sense to everyone? And how this second card, especially when I do the channeled readings and your people are putting pictures in my head, that's how I'm able to kind of zoom in on what the issue is. Why, thanks. So this deck is kind of expensive, but you get all these cards and they're very durable. And this is the Essential Oil deck. So, yes, Professor. A class? I could do a class. Let me fucking write that down. Hold on. Just explaining like how I'm explaining now. What is this? Oh, what the fuck is this Oracle card? Oracle. Okay, Oracle card. If it applies to you, take it. So, when you use these together, this one card, I don't know what 85 times 2 is. Let me do that in my head. 85 times 2, that's 10. That's 16. 17. So this card can have 170 different meanings. This one card can apply to 170 different things. Depending, there's 80 cards, and it can either come reversed or correct. So this enables you to go way, way, way deeper into stuff. Because you got 170 meanings per card. Now, as for picking your Oracle deck, you can use the book if you want to. To me, that provides a bias onto your reading. So as soon as I get it, I throw away the book that comes with the deck. I don't want bias. What I want to do is make sure that me and my spirits are speaking the same language. And so what you do is you find an ad where it gives... That was my bad. I hit the wrong button. Is everybody back now? Is everybody back now? Say I'm here. Say I'm here and I'll continue. Okay. So, what you want to do is the cards will speak to you. So look for an ad that has the cards. Or, let's say you wanted, this is the Shaman's Oracle deck. I have a post on this, right? Go to YouTube and type in Shaman's Oracle deck review. And there's a YouTuber who has a video that goes through every single card. Whatever deck it is, plug it into YouTube first. Be like, blah, 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 Oracle deck review. The chances are someone has already made the deck and they will go through every, good night, Asha, single card for you to determine whether or not you can feel the card, that it speaks to you. Okay, they'll go through every single one. or do what Creature of Legend just said. Okay. I originally started out with the Shaman's deck, and I wanted more cards because I like duplicates. For instance, if you want to verify something, I have 2 cards that mean overflow. Now I have 2 cards that mean stranger. Now I have 2 cards that mean release. And that became it took me a while to find the right deck that I could mix with these cards. And that was this moon deck that I don't remember, but I have a post on it. Sorry. Also, both of these decks, if you go to my TikTok, my link in my bio that has my link tree, everything y'all ask me about is on my Amazon list of shit y'all ask me about. That's what it's called. So both decks are on there. And so that's why I combine decks. So now I have like, I don't even know how many cards are in this deck. I have to divide it to shuffle it. Okay, so that's why I say go look at every single card, and if it speaks to you, right? So you'll know. I have decks that do not speak to me, and I have given them away before I learned that I could just go through YouTube and find out everything that was in it. You and your spirits will be able to, you'll look at the card and you'll see like 80 different possible meanings. I'm exaggerating, but here's a good one. So you'll look at that card and be like, wow, there's like, this could mean 47 different things. So, what the fuck was that, bro? Are you okay? So, when the card speaks to you and you can see that in the card, that's probably going to be the deck for you. Some people have multiple decks. I ordered a shadow deck, I think. I specifically ordered a shadow work deck for 1-card pulls. Like when I do free 1-card pulls on lives. And that's all I will use it for. But when you're talking about doing readings for yourself, from your people, or find a deck that speaks to you. Does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, when I learned that there was almost somebody always on YouTube that had the complete layout of the deck, I was like, oh my God, you just saved my life. Because there are many decks that I thought I liked looking at it on the website. And then when I went through the whole deck, I was like, okay, no, it was just those cards that they showed. I don't connect with anything else in the deck. And, you know, everybody's different. Tarot decks are great for people who like structure. It is, Chantal. So if you like structure, go into tarot. They have a great tarot deck. It's the Learner's deck. And the tarot card that you pull actually has what it means on the card. So like when you pull a 7 of fucking cups, it'll have the 7 of cups up here, and then it'll tell you what it is down here. My problem is a lot of imagery of the oracles vary so drastically. That's why you have to be particular in what you, in how easy they are for you to interpret. Because something can be a really beautiful deck and you can't make heads or tails of that image. There are decks that are art. You know what I mean? There are decks that are art, but you look at the picture and that's all you see is art. You don't see any messages that you don't see how you could see multiple messages in the card. So some people like very plain decks, and they can see multiple messages in plain decks. So it can be beautiful and not be helpful. Does that help, Mystic? You don't need to see messages. Tarot deck is perfect for people who don't see messages. There's 2 type of card people. That's fantastic. Tarot deck is fantastic for those people. The only tarot deck I own is Labyrinth because it's Labyrinth. I'm never going to actually use it. I don't even know why I opened it. I just wanted to own it because it was Labyrinth. I will be making my own deck, but it is far in the future. I have so much other stuff going on that my specific Oracle deck will be way in the future. Yeah, Sunflower Lady. Yeah, look at everything. Structure is better. I use 2 decks for intense readings. Mainly, I started using that second deck because when I would get readings, they may tell you what's going on, but they don't tell you the answer. And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. So not only if I use that second deck, the bottom of the deck, and it usually, just FYI, this has always correlated in, well, not always, 99% correlated with what their spirits were telling me. The bottom of the deck will tell you how to fix it. How to fix the problems. And most of all, the other thing is just practice. When I started on here, I gave readings for free. Because I had never read across technology. That had never happened. I didn't know if I could do it. And I gave readings for free. Because the only payment was to tell me the truth. Am I connected with you? Does this make sense with what is going on right now? Give them for free. To people that you trust will tell you for serious if it's accurate or not. Any other questions? I have to get up at the butt crack of dawn in the morning, so I won't be on here much longer, but I need to dump my ashtray. Jennifer, you are so gross sometimes. Oh, I remember. You were accurate. I wouldn't have lied to you. Can I pull another example with both sets? It was. Because I have stuff to do, Cordelia. With both decks. Okay. Let's pull a random. Alright. So let's pull a random out of here. Let's see. Pull this one. I just pulled that. Yeah?
Don't forget you gotta get up at 10:30.
I just pulled that. Yeah, I told him I'm not going to be on here much longer. Okay. Can you grab me my sleepy pills from off my nightstand? They're right next to my ashtray. By the way, you can these if you have a panic attack, these are the same thing of Benadryls, but just it's one of these per two pink Benadryls. Interrupted me, bird. No, it's the damn bird. Like, rude. You interrupted me, chicken. I love you, though. All right. So, let's try to see if it'll focus. All right, so we got Galactic the Divine Matrix. And I can't switch my site, so... You don't know that? Oh, yeah. I'm back. Whoops. Yeah, you can do that for panic attacks. Of course, it's going to make you sleepy, but it stops it. I'm sorry, I'm back. Is everybody still here? I will chew Benadryl up just to make it go faster. All right, so we got the Galactic Mushroom here. And we have a little puff room that's opened up. But there's a face in there. It could be a wise man or a wise woman. Got some leaves. And we got a little sign hidden in there. And then it says Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Now, for me, in my deck, This has to do, the meaning of this card doesn't vary, but its application varies per card. Let me explain. Okay, so we got this. And yeah, and it comes with this. I need to fix this. Let's say this is what you got. The Divine Matrix Galactic Mushroom, and I need to fix this. So I would ask this person, are you feeling disconnected from the spiritual world, period? And 99 times out of 100, they will go, yes. Yes. So their spirit body is supposed to be reasonably close with your physical body, and they're just over here. So they're really out of touch with everything spiritual. And I also make clear that spiritual means anything from, y'all know when you see people jogging down the side of the road for no good reason, they just do it every morning. That's their meditation time. Good night, Belinda. So it can be anything from that to you're going headfirst into Palo Mayombe. The range is huge, but they feel completely disconnected. And so based on the picture that their people put in my mind, I'm going to make up a scenario. Let's see. Maybe they have to work so much, they got to work like 2 jobs. So they don't have time to disconnect. And based on what their people put in my head, the solution says lift yourself up above your life situation and observe as a witness. Understand that you are so much more than the story. This is great to tell someone, but how do you demonstrate it to that person? So their people would put a picture in my mind. Often it is of that person as a child. So I would say, okay, what is something that you used to do as a child that brought you only happiness that you no longer do? Okay, let's just say that. And they may think for a while, and I'd be like, keep thinking. We'll proceed with this reading, but keep thinking about what it is. And let's say they come back and say, you know what? Every time I used my Easy Bake Oven as a child, I was just constantly happy. It always made me happy. And then I would say, okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go to eBay, and I want you to find you a vintage Easy Bake Oven, and I want you to order it and bring it into your house. Okay? Have that in your space, and then put it somewhere where you're going to pass it every day, so that when you're leaving, when you come in from your first job, you'll see that Easy Bake Oven. That's mentally going to start building a bridge, okay? And then when you leave, you're going to see it again as you're leaving to go to your second job. So that is going to create in your brain an actual neural pathway. I didn't. That's going to create an actual neural pathway that gives you a break, and it will help you connect back to your spiritual side. Just that object sitting in your sight. Eventually, on your own, you will make time. You'll be like, you know what? I'm off from my first job for half a day on Tuesday. I'm going to use my Easy Bake Oven, and I'm going to make me some little cakes. That will pull you back. You will make time for your spiritual self, regardless of how busy you are. So that is the type of solution that is what this translates to. You see what I'm saying? You can tell them this, but when you do a channeled reading like me, they would put a picture of the client as a child being very happy doing something. And so this person, if they choose to take the reading's advice, will go purchase it, and it will happen to them. So that is how specific that you can get. You don't have to channel, okay? You don't have to. You can get the point across without channeling. So let me make that clear. You don't have to channel. If you were not channeling, it would say, lift yourself above your life situation and observe as a witness. So you would say, I need you to sit down and pull out and look down upon your life and see where you can put in time for you. Even if it's just the drive to work. Custom make you a playlist from songs that you loved when you were a teenager. So there's lots of ways to do this. Channeling gives me a more exact remedy for each person, but you don't have to channel to do that. Does that make sense to everybody? Hello? Are y'all there? Did I lose you? Oh. If you want to get my decks specifically, even if that could be the decks that you learn with, you know what I mean? Because I teach with these decks. If you want to get these decks, they're on that Amazon list on my profile I told you about. And then you may graduate to different decks that speak to you more. There's nothing wrong with changing decks. I went through 87 decks, I swear to God, trying to figure this out. But if you want to start out with the decks that I use in order to get a hang of it, that's fine. When you're done with them, if you get done with them and you find another deck that speaks to you better, you can gift the deck that you used. There's no rules on those decks like TikTok wants to make you think. You can gift that deck to gift the deck away. So you don't feel like you're wasting. I'm a big person. I was raised poor, so I'm like, I'm wasting it. No, I would gift that deck away, and I have. The 57 other fucking decks I've had. Now, the decks that people gift to me, I keep. Because they gifted it to me. It doesn't matter if I use it or not. That's a gift, and I keep it with all my other gifts. But ones that I bought for myself trying to figure shit out, I keep those. All right. Hold on. Hold on. I'll do it in a minute. I'm fixing to get off. Look at this face. Look. 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 Bob. You're so fucking cute. Yeah. The decks I get as gifts I always keep. I keep literally every single thing that the witch feet send to me. Because when I get into my final space, those things are going to be absolutely everywhere in my workspace. Walls, cupboards, hanging from the ceiling. Whatever it was that they gave me. I have necklaces, cards people made, decks, stuffed animals, and I have them all. I can't put them out because I don't have space in the trailer. But when I get my big space in my basement, there's not going to be a wall that's not covered with a witch feet gift. I know, y'all hungry. You want food. We get up late, so their second feed time is also late. But I'm going to go ahead and go because I took my sleepy pills. And I need to make sure I have all my shit done before I go. But I will load this. It'll start auto-loading as soon as I close. I just got to change the title to Spellwork that turned into teaching class on appropriated ingredients and Oracle deck use. All right. Thank you, everyone that stayed. And I love you guys, and I shall see you later. All right. All right, all right, all right.